Garbage Time Sports.
What up?
To the game. All right. So
Damn it, we're gonna get sued again.
I did not say E. All right. We're gonna go ahead and just jump into it. It'd probably be a pretty. I don't know. I always say it'll be a short show and it ends up being like a long one. So it's gonna be an average show, both on timing and quality. Okay, so just get straight into it. I figure we'll just start with give a rundown of the NBA playoffs. Okay, tonight, I believe it's tonight. Yes, it'll be tonight. You will have Game 6 between the Bucks and the Celtics. Milwaukee leads 3-2. What do you see happening? Do you think it ends tonight?
I do think it ends tonight.
I believe it ends tonight because
I think it ends tonight for both teams. Well, not the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think both series are going to come to an end. They played around long enough, but
yeah, you think Golden State puts a nail in the coffin for Memphis tonight too?
Yes, but I don't think it's gonna. They're not. I don't think Memphis is going to go kindly into that cold, dark night without a fight.
Yeah, they won't go quietly, man.
John Morant and Stash have come to play.
Bro, John Morant is hitting buzzer beater half court shots in the playoffs, dog. Come on, get out of here. That boy is cold.
That's Steph Curry All-Star game range.
Yeah, and dude. I'm just going to tell you, John Morant. He's the real deal. That kid is the real deal.
He is. And if if anybody hasn't sponsored him already, you best get on there now
because his stock's about to soar.
Right.
Tonight, win, lose or draw, John Morant's worth a whole lot more money than he was at the beginning of this season. But look, I'm going to go ahead and just be real. Golden State wins tonight and clinches that win, and that's over with. Okay?
I agree. I think that especially after the way they got humbled in the last game, they're going to make a point to try to light them up.
Yeah,
because they're not going to be as inconsistent from 3-point like they were.
No, because Golden State is not known for being inconsistent from anywhere.
They missed so many 3-pointers.
Yeah.
They set records.
Yeah.
So that says something, and they're not going to miss that many again. Surely, right?
No way. Splash Brothers, no way.
No, I mean
with the way Jordan Poole's been playing, with the way Steph's been playing, with the way Clay's been playing, no way.
I feel like after that game, those guards went to the gym and they made sure that those shots go in.
Yeah, absolutely.
They practice those.
Absolutely.
They're pros for a reason.
So, like I said, I think Warriors clinch that series tonight, but that is not to take away anything from the season. And I'm sorry, this does take away from the franchise because I don't think Memphis really had that great of a season. I think John Morant was that big of a difference maker all season long.
I agree. He pulled a LeBron James and Allen Iverson, where he's the cream of the crop on that team.
And he said, hey, look, watch
I got
me.
this. Yeah, this is how far I can take you alone.
Yeah.
The problem is to get over to that extra level, you got to have...
To take down the giant.
You got to have someone else to defer to.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Ja is trying to hunt like David. He's trying to kill him a giant. But I just don't know that he's got it. With Golden State still being one up on them going into Game 6.
Let's be fair. Let's say they somehow got all the way to the championship game, and then they're matched up against Giannis.
No way.
Or they're matched up against Jimmy Butler. Or
I don't see.
Yeah, I don't know where they have answers for everybody at all times, but.
Yeah, I would say Milwaukee did the exact same thing this year that they did last year. Had, in the beginning, kind of an average to above average ending to the playoffs where they were like, oh, yeah, hey, we forgot, watch this.
I think they New England Patrioted.
They did.
They just low-key were doing their thing.
Just under the radar.
We don't ruffle any feathers
we're just,
other than the Grayson Allen thing, which pissed off Bulls fans more than anybody else.
Grayson Allen... just in case anyone doesn't know, Grayson Allen is a punk. All right? I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know if anyone...
Free agent this offseason. I don't think that Milwaukee's going to let him go, and I don't see him going to the Chicago Bulls due to team chemistry issues.
Yeah, I think that,
But we did have Scotty and Dennis play on the same team before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Dennis... But Dennis owned it. Dennis said, I tried to hurt that for you.
Grayson Allen is deflected from the beginning. And it looked like a dirty play.
And
he's had a history
he's been a dirty player since he was
pushing and being there when
since
people
he was
fall.
in college. Anytime someone hits the ground hard, why, he might not have done it, but why is he always in the middle of it? Why is he always there? Because he's a punk. That's why. Grayson Allen, I can't. And what really hurts my heart is I can't say Grayson Allen sucks. Because he doesn't. He's an incredible ball player.
No, I used to be that guy that was like, no, he's just like J.J. Redick, who, by the way, I don't want to disrespect J.J. Redick, had a great journeyman career.
Yeah.
But whenever you were, the college basketball player of the year, there's higher expectations.
Yeah,
on you,
absolutely.
So
absolutely. And his career just wasn't.
No, he was Kyle Korver, a guy you want on your team to hit that three when he's open.
Yeah, when he's open. But if he's contested, you're like, just pass that one off, homeboy.
But Grayson Allen is really developing into quite a role player there on that team, and he fits that dynamic. Yeah. So
well, and I don't think Milwaukee lets him go. And honestly, as bad as I don't like the guy's character. As a ball player, I think you'd be foolish to let Grayson Allen go.
Money-wise, that Milwaukee's pretty good, too. They're where they're at. Where they can afford everybody.
They can max out Giannis, no problem.
They're doing it the way that a lot of teams haven't been doing it, though. They invested heavy in Giannis, and then they invested heavy in Drew Holiday.
Which
Chris Middleton's going to get his.
Chris Middleton
and Bobby
will get
Portis will get his come renewal time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But right now they invested heavy in those two, and the fact that they have two other players that are star caliber level of being a one starter on anyone else's team.
And congratulations, big time Bobby. I mean, my goodness, that dude, I'm proud.
I think we saw that the whole way. Like, I wasn't happy whenever he was gone.
I saw big time Bobby in Chicago.
The hype alone, man. The fact that he's that big and he can shoot.
Exactly. 6'10" and a shooter. Come on.
I think the expectation was Vooch, and he wasn't performing at a Vooch level.
Yeah, but he was still so young in the game.
He was so young. Look at his body physique type. He's just now starting to bulk up.
Yeah, this dude is starting to become just a monster.
And, I mean, being on a team there with Giannis, there's no telling what.
And not to mention with that eye injury, he looks like the Terminator out there on the floor.
Right. Those shades are dope.
Yeah, they really are, bro. And I mean, they're not hindering his shot, baby. He is knocking them down.
No, so I still think that they're going to be the team to reckon with. Now, Miami, they housed the Bulls all season, but I still think Giannis and the Bucks will get past Miami. But I know first they got to handle business and get past Boston, but I have lost faith in Tatum and Brown just because I think they're too green.
Yeah.
At this point.
Pun intended?
A little bit.
All right.
Too green to get past them at this stage in their careers.
Yeah.
Next year, though, the East is up in the air next season.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think in the East, you're going to have to deal with a serious Chicago Bulls team.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have to deal with another year of a very serious Milwaukee team.
We'll have to see what the 76ers do during the offseason, but Embiid's going to be motivated because he got effing housed and screwed, man.
Bro, I would be so mad at the front office if I was Joel Embiid. I'd be like, hold on a second, you mean to tell me we got Isaiah Joe sitting on the bench who's got more heart and he's got the shot and he's got the handles. All he needs is the experience. And we're going to bring in James Harden, which I'm like, okay. James gets there and he's like, I don't know. And then think about how he felt the whole time he had Ben Simmons, right? And then he got James Harden thinking, this is going to be it. This is going to be different. And he got Ben Simmons.
And after the trade, it seemed like he did get an improvement on the team, and they were a team to reckon with the second half of the season going into the playoffs. However, the flaws started to shine through.
Yeah, man. And he ended up trading Ben Simmons for Ben Simmons. And not necessarily because, honestly, Brooklyn
Ben Simmons still not played a game.
I say Brooklyn got the short end of that stick because I love the meme you sent me. I want a man who doesn't play any games. Me. It's a picture of Ben Simmons. I was like, that is so cold. I love it. Because Ben Simmons, he's another punk, man. I mean, he's just, and he's in a different way. At least Grayson Allen gets out and tries to hurt people.
I worry that Ben Simmons is a failed project to the point that at this point, all he's done is he's been stealing money from these franchises. That's what I believe.
I believe that wholeheartedly. Listen, 2019, he had a good season. That's it.
Yeah, you've had a single good season. Other than that, he hasn't played a full season's worth of games.
I was going to say, let alone this season where he just didn't play at all.
He does have the time to release videos on social media of him dunking and playing in one-off pickup games with his buddies.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, so
so does Zion.
Well, but see, I have the same thought process about Zion.
And
as I have
Zion's
about,
been releasing them videos during the playoffs.
Well, here's the problem, okay? And this is what I don't agree with. Because Ben Simmons is Zion and Ben are doing the exact same thing. They don't want to play on the teams they're playing on. So they're putting out these hype videos of them getting down. See, I've got the skill. I'm still me, baby.
So they can go into free agency and pick where they want to go.
Exactly. And dude, if I'm the front office of any franchise, I'm going, so as soon as I make you mad, you're just going to throw a hissy fit and stop playing for me? No, absolutely not. Zion, you have not played a season in the NBA yet.
I think what's ridiculous though is the games that he has played. His statistics, like games to play,
outrageous.
They're ridiculous. Like this, that's why he's compared to LeBron James and things like that. Because
his skill has never been in question. Ben Simmons has a terrible jump shot, so his skill is in question. But his skill is not in question. But bro, I mean,
it's his commitment to
that's it.
The team. It's his commitment to winning.
Your percentages, your stat lines, they mean precisely dick if you are not going to show up and play the game.
It's because he got drafted by New Orleans and he didn't want to play in New Orleans. Well, it's still the problem.
Which is what happened to Ben Simmons. He didn't want to be a Sixer.
And this Pelicans team is not
bad at all.
With Zion, they
could be contender, man.
Yeah,
I mean, golly, it's just I don't understand it. Now, please understand, it's very obviously why I don't understand. I was not good enough to play college ball, let alone to play professional. But if I had the opportunity to go play, let's see, let's just pick I'll make up a team name of something I wouldn't like. Okay, we'll call them like the 76ers. Okay. If I'd have got drafted by the 76ers to go play ball, I would have been ecstatic and been like, looks like I'm putting Philly on my back. Let's do it.
Well, it's one of those things. Like, let's say that let's rewind. Back in time, you're in high school, you're playing ball here in Lavaca.
Sure.
But you're a highly prospect, I don't know, point guard, shooting guard, whatever.
I was a small forward.
Okay, small forward.
Yes.
And the University of Texas is the only college that is offering you full ride scholarship. And you can start, Lance. We'll let you start.
I'll be like, get that burnt orange out, Daddy. We're going to hook them horns.
Exactly. You adapt because
absolutely, man. Because you go where you're needed, not where you want.
You're not going to go. You're not going to get drafted. And look, here I am. I'm playing with Tim Duncan and David Robinson. We just won a championship.
Yeah.
We're going to get another one.
Yeah. Whenever I was drafted in the NBA to play with on that Chicago team with Michael, Scotty, LeBron, Kobe, Tim Duncan, and for some reason Steve Kerr's still there. I was the sixth man.
Coached by Phil Jackson.
Yeah, coached by Phil Jackson, and Magic Johnson is our press.
And you got a young Shaquille O'Neal coming off the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if I could live in that weird stereotypical fantasy world, that would be so dope. But that's not. That's
I'm
not
gonna
the
go home
nature.
on 2K and create this team. This sounds bad.
Yeah, you're like Tim Duncan, Steve. What? Let's do that.
I'm gonna make it happen. I'm also gonna put you on it. I'm gonna create you.
You got to make him 6 foot, 230 pounds,
small forward,
with a 47% 3-point shot, which I did have 47%. So I mean that wasn't too bad.
It would be great, but I understand.
I had no handles though. You can't give me handles in the game.
The thing is I guess they're wanting to play this big boy game where you get to go into free agency, you get to decide where you are going.
Yeah, but
however, that's not the way that this professional.
I mean, these superstars aren't even getting to do that as much as they used to. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Now, I will say this: my homeboy Tyler, he plays in South Beach. He told me this summer he gonna fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that. That's right. Anyway, Miami actually really. I know Miami's always been a contending team. I mean, since the days of LeBron and D Wade.
Eric Spoelstra, man.
Yeah, agreed. But something hits different with him this year, don't it? Is it Tyler? I mean, I know that this ain't his first year or nothing, but I'm just saying, is it Tyler?
It is.
I think it is too. I think he's the guy.
I think it's also getting rid of Robinson and leaning heavier on Tyler.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference because Tyler has stepped up and proven that he isn't, just a name being dropped on a song.
Yeah, that boy's got a cold jump shot, bro. Golly.
Yeah, so
dare I say, comparable to DeMar.
Yeah, he's making buckets. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's that mid-game range.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Mid-range game. That's what it is.
So we're seeing a matchup between Milwaukee and Miami, and I would go so far. Okay, so this is the last one we'll do because it's the last game that's relevant. So tonight, Grizzlies Warriors. Let's see. So tomorrow, no, excuse me, Sunday. Suns
in Dallas.
Where am I looking? I can't find. Oh, here it is.
Which, by the way,
Sunday. Okay, Mavericks, Suns. It's 3-3. Game 7 forced.
Yep.
What do you see happening?
I want to lean on the veteran leadership of
CP3
CP3
yep.
and the raw talent of Devin Booker.
Me too, but bro, that last
Luka
game
is salty as a mug right now.
Bro,
he
he's
hates
hungry,
Devin
dude.
Booker.
Oh, with a
Did
that. Yes.
Did you see where just
Yes.
playing around, smiles, and then Devin Booker?
Yeah, they don't like
each other. There's legit disdain.
Yeah, like not just it's just for the game. No, this is a legitimate there's some beef there, and I kind of dig on it. To be honest with you, but with that, okay, look, man, the Mavs won 113 over 86 yesterday. That's a pretty good win, Luka's not playing like the type of guy who's going to go, well, that was a big win. I can do it again. He's playing like the type of guy who's like, I've got to get out here and I got to smack these queens.
I will be this guy because I'm the Luka Doncic defender. I am. I'm one of those guys,
yep.
But he can't do it alone.
I agree.
And that is the problem. Dorian Finney-Smith is a damn fine role player.
Yeah.
He cannot be your number 2 option. Mm-mm. Brunson cannot be your number 2 option.
No.
There has to be something else unless as a collective whole, these guys can be the equivalent of a second number 2.
Yeah.
But so far, it has been the Luka show, and that's it. And the problem is a team as talented as CP3 and the Suns, they know that. They can defend for that.
Yeah.
And they make everybody else beat us instead, and they don't have it.
So I would honestly would like to see the Mavs. I would actually like to see the Mavs win.
I do too. I'd like the story better. Well, no, CP3.
But that's the flip side of the same coin. Is come on, Chris Paul has earned this, and I want and that's where I'm going. The Suns should win. I think the Suns will win tomorrow. Or Sunday, excuse me.
I think that matchup between the Warriors and the Suns will be fun.
That would be an incredible game. And I think that's going to be one of those that you're like, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go.
I know we're going to pivot off of this because we do need to touch on a couple other things before we get out of here. But I will say that rooting with my heart, I want the Dallas Mavericks to be the NBA champion because I love Luka, and I think that it's a great story. And I have it's Dallas.
It's Dallas, man.
It is what it is. My head still is leaning towards Golden State just because I know that they can turn it on and they can blow out a team just like they got blown out.
Yeah,
they can blow out a team like that.
Yeah,
my head says don't bank against Giannis and those Bucks.
Well, like I said, when it comes down to champions this year, my money is in Milwaukee.
Plus,
it just is.
As a Chicago Bulls fan, I know the whooping that Bucks team can put on somebody whenever they're motivated and their shots are dropping. When Connaughton and punk ass's shots are falling in.
Well, that's the whole thing. When you got Pat Connaughton and Grayson the Punk Allen, that they're hitting their shots. Turn Bobby up for a minute.
Yeah.
And you can turn him back down, but turn Bobby up for a minute.
Drew Holiday out there dishing those dimes and dropping those threes.
And then Giannis just being the Greek freak.
And Chris Middleton has been moved up from questionable to likely.
Yeah, which that would be something. Chris Middleton, if he comes in and plays the way Chris Middleton plays, it's over. No one can stop it. That is the best team in the NBA.
Even if he is just a decoy, like when Scotty played whenever his back was out during that game.
Because you couldn't sleep on him.
Right? Wasn't that the flu game?
Yes. Yeah. You couldn't sleep on him because, he might do something. Because he can do something.
Yes, because you never know. Potentially, that could be that game. He dropped 50 on you.
Yeah, exactly. And, what are you going to do with that?
Plus, we live in this era where you never know who's going to drop 50, apparently.
Yeah.
Or random 50s.
Or 60 or 80. Of course, I don't think anyone's gotten close to 80 since Kobe hit 81.
No, I've been wondering like when that
60's happened a few times.
Yeah.
Luka got 60 earlier this year.
We have a league full of players fully capable of dropping that. It's just, is it going to be like inflated? Is it like just a back and forth highlight reel, nobody playing defense, and that's why we got here? Because when Kobe dropped those buckets, those Lakers needed every damn shot.
Everybody. He's like, the only reason we won is because Kobe had 81 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to move on, or else we're going to have an all-day show. Let's just speculate real quick. Zach Lavine's future with the Bulls.
I still think he's going to, at the end of the day, because the Bulls can offer him the largest amount of money, and they're not going to want to let him go.
I agree.
That they're going to lock him down and get him signed.
So you think all the speculation is just clickbait? You think it's just generating buzz?
I do, but I do also sincerely believe there is legitimate interest from the Portland Trail Blazers on trying to make something happen as a sign and trade.
Sure.
It's just I don't know if incentive as far as players or Zach, what he personally wants is because he's the one who's hush-hush on this.
Right.
Because right now he's enjoying being wined and dined in 69.
Yeah. Hey.
But,
hey-o.
But I think that at the end of the day, he's going to take the most money available and re-sign with Chicago, and then Chicago is going to have to figure out what they're going to do with Kobe White. They're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with all
Tristan Thompson.
Well, Thompson's gone, so let's see. Who
all is actually gone? Like, is no longer under contract, I guess I should say.
I think Derek Jones Jr. has to be re-signed.
Okay.
Javonte Green will have to be re-signed.
Okay, so both of those I'm already saying. Derek Jones Jr. is a...
Torrey Brown Jr., I think, has to be re-signed.
What did I say? Did I say
Matt
Derek Brown
Thomas.
Jr.? I meant to say Derek Jones.
Yeah, Derek Jones. DJJ.
Yeah, DJJ.
He may actually have another year. DJJ
I think he does. I think he has 1 year left.
But we are going to lose a substantial portion of the bench, but we're going to keep the core.
Yeah, which is...
It's just who are the others who do you re-sign?
That's... Yeah. Yeah, who do you re-sign out of the bench?
I say let Thompson go. I would let them all go and rebuild the bench. Because
I would too.
The bench wings and the bench bigs are where you have been missing out.
The only two coming off the bench players that I definitely want to see re-signed, which I don't think either of them are up for re-signing. They're both still under contract. But that's, your bench is Caruso and Dosunmu.
Yeah.
I think if you got rid of either one of them, that's foolish. Those guys are big time off the bench.
As far as Bulls fan speculation, it's what do you do with Javonte Green? Because you got a movable part there. Do you move him back to just being a guard?
Yeah.
Or what do you do here? Because you still need the size, but he has proven at least to other teams that he can play a power forward position.
Yeah, he can play as that four-man down there.
I think there's valuable asset there that can be moved.
Yeah, I agree.
They need height, and they need.
Javonte's got one more, doesn't he? Or is he?
I think he has another year. I think he's a movable, tradable part, Kobe is too. Kobe's not up yet.
Man, and I hate saying it, but honestly,
Patrick Williams is the other one that is.
I say Pat Bradley. What? The shooter?
Anyway. The shooter.
No, Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly. Oh my gosh,
Williams.
Patrick Williams.
We're just going through
all the Razorbacks. All the Patricks that have been former Razorbacks. Was it Patrick Williams? My goodness.
Yeah. He's still very much a developmental project though.
Yeah, but with Kobe, do you think you get? I mean, realistically, you get rid of Kobe White, don't you?
If he is satisfied being a gunner off the bench where he comes in and just isn't afraid to take a shot, then by all means keep him. But I do think that he is an enticing enough that he has the talent to be a starting shooting guard somewhere in the league.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that there's value there, and you can bolster the remaining part of your bench.
You know where I think he's a good fit?
Portland?
No. Dallas. I think he would be a good fit with Dallas. He would be a good number 2 for Luka.
Yeah, because Luka's not selfish. He's a pass-first type of guy.
And Kobe is really good on the catch and shoot. I think that would be a great fit. I think that would be a dynamic duo for the Mavs.
I agree. I was thinking along the lines they need a power forward to go with
We'll go
Luka,
ahead and say which type butthole? I don't know. Anyway, at Mark Cuban. maybe you should look at Kobe, man. Look at Kobe White.
Yeah, make
saying.
make a trade. Are there some parts that the Bulls could use there? I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of revamping to do around there. I don't see Levine going anywhere. I think this is smoke. I think we'll see other rumors pop up here.
Well, we've already
there.
seen the stuff with the Lakers, and but with Portland, it seems to be a little. There's a little bit more. It's got teeth.
Yeah, there's some gravitas to it because Damian Lillard has given that ultimatum to that team. Like, I'm here for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere.
Got to get me somebody.
You have to get me somebody because you just traded away my somebody.
Yeah, and man, with McCollum, God love him. Dame needs it, man. It's hard to find. Like I know, especially like C. Wayne, isn't a fan of Dame Lillard, but when you have a shooter of that caliber,
yeah.
Come on, get him some help and make your team great.
The thing, it's like whenever you have someone that is that great, if you have someone else who may not be that great but is still good, it gives you another option. Yes. People have to guard that other person
that's
too.
it, man. It's like, if there was such thing as a Michael Jordan, you would also have something like a Scottie Pippen.
Yeah. Because
there was only one of them that was the greatest.
Because with Michael Jordan, just Michael Jordan, they could load up against Michael Jordan.
Double team him, triple team him, do whatever.
So
there's nowhere to go to.
Story as old as time. I think that the Bulls are better off re-signing Zach and continuing to build around that moving forward because this core that they've got is championship caliber. It's just getting those role players to come in off the bench, the ones that will get you to the championship by coming off the bench and playing some lockdown defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's run through this real quick. Baseball's a thing that is happening, and last week we revealed because of listener or maybe viewer, but we'll say listener request or suggestion. The both of us are diehard Yankees fans. We always have been since we were little kids, and we've decided that in the past few years that we're tired of watching the Yankees do really well in the season just to crap the bed in October and not make it anywhere. It gets to be too much on our hearts. It weighs on us. So we decided to ask for who we should vote for. Anyway, rock the vote. I don't know. Okay, so you're rooting for the Rockies, which is heartbreaking, and I am rooting for Freddie Freeman, essentially. Yeah,
and the Braves of yesteryear, back when Bobby Cox was the manager, they went to 14 straight championships.
Listen, I'm rooting for Greg Maddux and Chipper Jones is what I'm doing. But
John Smoltz, Tom Glavine.
Yeah, but that's what we decided is that for at least for this season, you will be a Rockies fan and I will be a Braves fan. And I think deep down we'll always be Yankees fans, especially because they're cooking again and Judge is being a slugger, and this is just gross to me. But maybe that's what the Yankees needed. Maybe in order to see if you love something, let it go kind of thing.
But the thing is we're still hanging on so tightly. Like, I watch the highlights of the Yankee game. I read the box score
I do
of
too.
the Rockies.
Box score on the Braves. I'm like, oh, yeah,
let me say this. I did do something, if I can find it.
Well, just that... I don't know. Basically, that's just we're doing that. Let me go ahead and give you a rundown of what I'm looking at. Yankees are 28-5. The Braves are 15-17. This does not feel like a great decision on my part. We're still in the early stages of baseball, so nothing too compelling has really been going on. But you know what? If you like wasting an afternoon, sit back, chilling, enjoying a cold one, whatever, it don't matter who you root for, man. Baseball's the way to do it.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. It's nothing. It's hard to find something as pure as baseball. And it's a really good thing.
At its basis, it's very simple. It's pitch and catch and hit.
Yep.
But, I mean, there's so much strategy, and it can be so compelling, especially when it comes time to, October.
So we'll just jump off of that. Let's hit before we wrap it up. Let's just go through. I'll have to open that link unless you have it. But for week one, the NFL schedule has been released, and we're just going to touch base on week one.
All right, week 1. Well, we can start with the first matchup of the year, which, again, I was always told that these seasons are randomly generated. There's no no biases or anything that goes into these. They're not handpicked or anything.
So why don't you tell me the ones that you find controversial to that point?
Game 1 of the year, Buffalo at Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah. Well, why do you find? Oh,
yeah.
How about the very first Monday Night Football?
Let's see. Oh, Denver at Seattle.
Yeah, is that a Russell Wilson thing?
Well, let's see.
Completely random.
Denver and Seattle play in different conferences. Yeah. It's in Seattle and not in Denver, and Denver just got a new quarterback, and Seattle lost a quarterback.
Yeah. So
random.
Yeah, completely random.
Oh, look, Tampa Bay and Dallas are starting the season again.
Again, yeah, second year in a row. That's awesome.
Yeah. Didn't Tom Brady say he was coming back?
Yeah.
Isn't he a big draw on television? Wait, who else is a big draw on television in prime time?
Deion Sanders.
Cowboys.
Wrong prime time. Wrong prime time, right. Deion.
Yeah.
But you're right, man. Prime time football. And look, the reason the Dallas Cowboys are such a popular team is people who hate them will still watch them. Why? Because they want their opportunity to talk smack on the Cowboys. I don't blame you. I do the same thing.
They
The garbage
want them to
teams
lose.
like, I don't know. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so I'll make up a team. Like the Philadelphia Eagles or something. I watch that just to make fun of them. Jalen Hurts. Unfortunately, I can't say anything bad about Jalen Hurts. That dude's a class act, and he's a... Believe me when I tell you, the Eagles needed someone like Jalen Hurts. They needed it.
Yeah.
Because he actually adds just a touch of class to your program.
What, you mean that Carson Wentz wasn't going to win you another Super Bowl?
No.
You know what, though? With these new season games being released and, we're seeing early matchups and people are seeing who's playing on Thanksgiving and who's not and all of these things.
Right.
They've also started taking the early betting lines on next season's Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, which is so crazy.
You know who the number one vote getter is so far, or not vote getter, number one odds are to win the MVP for next season. I'll give you one.
Tom Brady.
No, it's actually not. It is Aaron Rodgers.
They think Aaron's coming back to smack some folks, huh?
They think he's going to win another MVP. You know who isn't even in the favorable odds that's on the list of note?
Dak Prescott.
No.
Okay.
He was just in the Super Bowl. He's a pretty cool guy. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Smoking Joe, man.
Joe Burrow is not on that list whatsoever. I don't know if it's because they don't think that he's got it in him again.
I think he does, man. I'm going to go ahead and disagree. I think Joe Shiesty is the real deal.
Yeah, I think
I really do.
I think he's got that it factor, that little special something.
I do, man. I think look what he did. They're like, hey, we're going to put you at the Bengals. And he's like, I'm so sorry. You're going to put me where? He's like, yeah, at the Bengals. And he's like, fine. And I'll take him to the Super Bowl. And he's like, okay, Joe. All right.
Sure you will, buddy.
And then at the end of the season, you're like, son of a bitch, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. He's in the Super Bowl. Joe Shiesty, dude. I think that Smoking Joe Burrow is the real deal.
I really do. I think it's disrespectful, and I hope they use it as a motivating chip.
I hope he does too, man, because I'm telling you, the cat came from LSU, okay?
By the way,
Dak
Prescott, nowhere near on that list.
No, Dak Prescott. Look, man, I love him. Homie is, and I think Homie's great. I really do. I think he has that great quarterback quality. The problem is, I don't think he believes that. And that's where the problem lies with Dallas. I think that Dallas is a lot like the New York Yankees. We got the best talent money can buy, but we can't do nothing with them.
Yeah, and I don't know if it comes down to discipline and coaching or what it is. I often think it's because there's every time a team goes on a championship run, there's something about chemistry. Yeah. And there's something about something that happens on that team. If you've ever watched any post-championship documentary from any championship team, there was a point during that season where everybody meshed together. And
like an example being The Last Dance. The Last Dance, that documentary did a really good job of showing every year of the three-peat repeat. Every year there was a catalyst. Yeah. Now, most of the time it focused around Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
But there was always something. And if there wasn't something, Michael would make it up. So
Yeah, he'd have to find a motivating factor, even if he had to make up some BS.
Yeah.
To motivate himself.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, I think that's disrespectful to Joe Burrow, to be honest with you. I think that cat's a real deal. I like making my jokes against my team, but hey, come September, really come July, end of July when preseason starts cooking, hey, I'm all Cowboys all the way.
By the way, if you're looking off of strength of schedule, just based off of last year's record and what the games are on the agenda right now,
Yeah.
Dallas has one of the weaker strength of schedule, so they
Yeah.
have a pretty soft schedule this
Yeah.
season. So if they're going to
Which
have
would
an
be nice
opportunity-
because we haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah,
We've had
plus
some
it-
pretty
well,
well.
you
I
have
mean,
the
okay,
East.
for the record,
in conference,
yeah, I would say I'm not talking about. Yeah, in conference, it's pretty soft.
which is part of the reason why their schedule's so weak is
Yeah.
because the conference is weak.
Yeah, it is.
But
The
that
internet-
also means
yeah.
they're out of conference games and their interdivisional games are winnable.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no excuses this season as a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of put up or shut up as far as Zeke and Prescott
the
go.
dynamic duo.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think this is it. I think if you don't perform,
I'm
it's
concerned
over.
about the loss of Amari Cooper. I'm concerned about a few things as far as the growth of the
bring
team.
back Cole Beasley.
You're on that boat? I don't-
No, Cole's too old. And hey, listen, I was a big time Beasley fan.
I was too.
Really. I mean, I loved ones. Every time I saw ones on the field, he's. I'm sorry, man. For the sport of football and the professional level, he's an old man.
Yeah, especially at that size because he wasn't a huge
He's not
man.
a big guy. He's a
Short
fast guy.
King Spring.
Yeah, it's a short King Spring though. So come on, TikTok. What's
Play
up?
on, player.
Play on, Daddy. All right. I tell you what, we will go ahead and wrap this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for Garbage Time Sports. We love being able to do an all sports show. It allows us for our other shows to be a little more, in depth or maybe a little more silly, and lets us get to the point here. So, love you guys. 7th inning stretch. We'll see you after that. All right. Catch you next week.
Peace.